Hey guys, I'm the Crazy Dane, and last week I played the Battlefield Hardline beta, so I wanted to talk about my thoughts and impressions from my time playing the game. Before I start, I'd like to say that I was impressed by Battlefield Hardline, and quite satisfied by the result from the feedback we gave the last beta test a few months ago. The improvements are great. They have fixed a lot of the things we disliked in older Battlefield games, such as Assault or Support class not dropping ammo or health by enabling us to take ammo or health from them. There are ammo lockers and first aid kits scattered around the maps if your playstyle is the lone wolf. Only the mechanic has access to a ballistic vest, and it's not a perk for everyone anymore. Hardline doesn't give enforcers machine guns and mechanics RPGs. And the new unlock system for Hardline is my favorite feature. If there's a specific weapon sight or accessory you want, you can purchase this once you've unlocked that slot for scope, barrel or accessory. Or if you've got a voucher obtained from battle packs, you can unlock that specific item before unlocking that slot for any given weapon. Medic and ammo bags have got a cooldown, so it's not a spammable feature anymore. I love the fact that the new unlock system is your choice and you spend your money as you want instead of grinding to reach the end of the tier to get the weapon or attachments you want. And battle packs gives vouchers instead of specific attachments to specific guns, and you can buy battle packs with in-game money. The Ballistic Shield works. Dice. Implement the same settings from BF Hardline Shield into BF4. Make the glass indestructible and give points for every bullet absorbed by the shield. It isn't overpowered and it isn't broken as it currently is in Battlefield 4. So please, DICE, please make the Battlefield 4 shield an exact replica of Battlefield Hardline. But all this aside, there's still things that I'd like to see changed or at least balanced a bit more. Let's talk about the game modes that was available in the beta, Hotwire and Heist. The reason I do not include Conquest is because, well, we know how it works. I felt that Hotwire lacked diversity. Yes, it was something new, high-paced with a lot of action, but every game I entered, 90% of the classes were mechanic, which is understandable as they have Sabotage, Grenade Launcher and the Repair Tool. All three of those gadgets are great assets in Hotwire, as it's mostly vehicle based. The least used class of this game mode was the Operator, and I can see why, as the Operator haven't got any explosive gadgets at all. I would like to see other classes balanced to be more useful here. I felt like the mechanic was blatantly overpowered and the only real choice to this game mode. And the average life expectancy in Hotwire is about 20 to 30 seconds compared to a few minutes in other game modes. So maybe give the Operator some sort of explosive gadget to make it more viable and reduce the damage done to vehicle as they simply die too fast. That being said though, when there's a mechanic in the vehicle with a repair tool and you play team-based or with friends, the vehicle does stay alive for quite a while, which may be Visceral's answer to encourage team play. Hotwire works on the downtown map, as you can go to different levels and avoid choppers chasing you. Not an option available in Dust Bowl. Life expectancy in downtown is far greater than Dust Bowl. Now, don't get me wrong, by no means do I dislike the mechanic class at all, but I'd just like to see other classes be more viable in this game mode. I think the reason I'm not into this mode is the fact that Hotwire just didn't do it for me. I didn't feel satisfied or excited when playing at all, but it's just my personal preference, I guess. A lot of people really love this new game mode, but it just didn't do it for me. Sadly. Heist is a completely different subject though. I fell in love with this game mode instantaneously and I have little negative to say about this. I love the rush style gameplay with different drop points to add a bit of diversity to the same map and mode throughout the entire round. Their success really depends on whether or not your team is playing the objective and playing as a team. A round can end 2 minutes or take 10 minutes. This can be really frustrating at times and insanely satisfying as well. As said before, it all depends on team play and if people knows how to PTFO all day every day. If they can't, they'll lose fast. What I'd like to see changed a bit is how fast a round can end. Even though I like the reward of a fast win when the team is good, at other times I feel like it sucks when on the losing team, because even though I'm playing the objectives, one can only do so much, right? I mean, this isn't Call of Duty, so one player can't carry the entire team by face rolling, right? Anyway, moving on to the classes. There's a few things that I'd like to address here. I've had tons of fun playing the Operator class, and there's not much I can say I want changed here, besides balancing the M416 and the M16A3 so they're not so much better than other rifles, as it would make every Operator use either of those two weapons over any of the other rifles available to the Operator class. Visceral did manage to put in a patch reducing the damage and increasing the recoil of both of these rifles, but It was on the last day of beta, so I didn't have enough time to test this out, but I think it's a step in the right direction. The Enforcer is fun to play, but overpowered in close quarter combats, and they have to stay in close quarters in the beginning because they haven't got any other weapons at the start apart from shotguns. This is a double-edged sword. You're overpowered in CQB, but you suck at longer ranges, which is understandable. You can't really be overpowered in both ranges because then it would just be, well, too overpowered. The change I like to see here is just having a battle rifle as a starter rifle to make the Enforcer usable at other ranges than close range, and then later you could buy the shotgun. Again, just my personal opinion. That being said though, the HCAR battle rifle seems like a weird weapon to put into the game. It's got a 450 RPM and a 31 bullet magazine, so you'd think a rifle with that RPM would be easy to control, but the kickback from the recoil is insane. It's got a 1.5 vertical recoil. Normally it would be 0 point something, but in this case the recoil is too damn high. You get the reference? Well, why would you do this visual? I tried to use this, but damn, it's just not worth it at all. So I just don't see why you wanna purchase this rifle or even implement it into the game. I mean, really? Why would you use it? What is it good at besides Screen Shake Simulator 2015? The way we used to recoil and RPM coexisting in the Battlefield franchise is a low RPM usually results in a low recoil and easy to use weapon. I'd say the HCAR battle rifle would be understandable with such a high recoil if the damage was at 40 up close, but still I really can't see why it's in the game at all. If some of you know, or by any chance Visual or any employee of Visual or DICE is watching, could you explain to me why is this part of Hardline? Cause I can't see it. I think that it's great that RPGs are battle pickups, but once everyone unlocks RPGs for the trunk of a car, it negates this feature, resulting in everyone using that attachment slot for a vehicle over any other attachment available for that slot. And then, once again, there's a Battlefield title with RPGs flying all over the place. I like RPGs as battle pickups. This works, but it's ruined by RPGs in the trunk, so I'd like to see RPGs removed from cars. Totally. A junk in the trunk should always stay in the trunk. That's what the judge told me. Anyway, I do like how you have faction specific items and that you can unlock them for both sides, but I think I'd like to see a feature to buy a weapons license for, well, let's say $100,000 as a choice if you got the money but you don't want to farm 300 kills with the given weapon. This is something I personally would like to see. Some of my friends agree with me that sometimes it can be frustrating that you have to get 300 kills with a weapon that you only have access to 50% of the time. I've heard a lot of people talking about the time to kill being way too fast and too damn high and all of that, but I do know that the time to kill is fast, faster than Battlefield 4, and well, it feels on par with Battlefield 3. I don't know if it's good or bad. I do like this personally, but there is a few bugs which needs to be fixed ASAP. The one-shot kill, for an example. This bug is still in the game. At times I only get hit by a single bullet from a weapon that cannot kill you with a single bullet. As an example, I've been one-shotted from 100% health by a MP5K. This is impossible. Fair enough if I got hit multiple times, but when the sound only indicates one bullet hitting and the screen also indicates one bullet, I feel cheated. This needs to be fixed by launch. I know the time to kill is fast, but I, along friends and other players, have noticed that sometimes you get one-shotted by a weapon that doesn't have the capability to do so. Overall, I'm satisfied by the beta, and I'm hyped for the final release. I did have some negative stuff to say about this, but the beta delivered big time, and the positive overruled the negatives by miles. It doesn't feel like a Battlefield 4 reskin as it did in the first beta, but it still contains the essentials of a Battlefield game, and it stays true to its soul and predecessors. In other and older Battlefield betas, you would be playing the same game mode and the same map for the entire beta week, which in the end made everyone dislike or even hate that certain map. So the fact that we this time had access to 3 maps and 3 different game modes added a bit of freedom to the beta, so when you grew tired of one map or game mode you could change, which in the end could be the savior for those maps available in the beta, because earlier when, as an example, Battlefield 3, we had the Metro for the beta week and everyone hated Metro on Rush. And they kinda still do. The only fact where you've been playing Metro in Battlefield 3, at least back when I was playing, you would be playing Conquest just to get a lot of kills and points. So this beta was done right, in my opinion at least. There's still a lot of things to be changed, and then there's a lot of things that they've done perfectly. I think that Visual did an awesome job with Battlefield Hardline. It feels like a Battlefield game while still being different. So how did you guys feel about the beta? Did it leave a positive or negative impression on you, and what do you like and dislike? Is there anything you'd like to see changed? You can let me know by leaving a comment below stating how you feel and what your impressions are, what your thoughts are. I'd really love to know how everyone else besides me felt about this beta. And I guess that's it for this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and my personal Battlefield Hardline beta impression, it's awesome. I can't wait.